said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? No response to the saying.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News. And on this incredible Monday, a wild snow day. If you didn't know, now you know day. Listen, if it's your first time finding this channel, you love Xbox and you love me, the king. I go live daily, usually at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but there was no work last night based upon we got close to 4 inches of snow. 3 inches where I'm at, a little bit more if you look at my backyard. It's kind of crazy. I want to give a shout out to a lot of the individuals that are going around shoveling driveways, taking people cars out. I mean, of course, there's a fee. And I had the money ready because I do understand that you guys are the lifeblood of the economy. That's how it works. That's how this whole thing works. A lot of people don't understand. You don't hoard the bread. You make the bread to disseminate the bread so everyone can eat. And they came, they shoveled out both cars. They did the driveway. They did the front of the house, the walkway, everything. And I appreciate all the hard work that they did do. Again, a lot of people, just because somebody doesn't speak your language or somebody doesn't look like you automatically turn them away. And again, if y'all don't know, I'm West Indian and Puerto Rican, mixed with a little bit of Moreno, black, if you would. And at the end of the day, I am my brother's keeper. So it was up to me and it comes upon me to let it know that, yeah, man, they are good people. So what I was proud to see today, amongst anything, hold on, this is my wife. Okay, hold on. I'm telling Mama to go get it. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, hold on. Let me mute this for a second. Again, I apologize. Lost my train of thought. But anyway, individuals are here to help. And if you are a good person, You let them help. What I was happy to say, what I was happy to see this time, because the last time the snow came, I was the only person that actually paid them, and they dug out the cars and did all that other stuff. And then my neighbors see, I'm a good person, clean, keep up with everything. They saw that it was good, and they gave them work. So I appreciate that. I appreciate them looking over to me and saying good. Hold on. That's Jay Barry, $5. Pray for Xbox. Yo, Jay Barry, I salute you, soldier. Shout out. Just like I had to pray for you when I went over there and got you out of Boston. Don't come there doing that. I appreciate the $5. You understand that, Jay? You my dude. I'm praying for PlayStation 2. All right? I hope you got I know you got your Pro. That's the last console that you're going to get. So, you know how that is. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. I'm going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hey, Barry. Maybe me and you should do a show together. Maybe me and you should do a show together. Seriously, no BS. I'm dead ass. I'm dead. For real with that. I was thinking about some other stuff. Maybe me and you just need to come together and have this conversation on some other stuff. I told you when I was rocking with you, when we was having those conversations, that stuff makes sense. When stuff makes sense, it makes sense. There's other people that I won't work with because they're moved by money. You're not a moved by money type of individual. That is not your pedigree. You're a stand-up individual. And first and foremost, you're from the town. And me and you actually respect each other's work. So I appreciate you showing up here. So with all due respect. Well, who's that? Big Matt Mo, what's good? That's my guy for 27 months. Soldier V rank. I salute you, Soldier. On God and them. Live, raw and uncut. What up, King? What's the news? I'm hearing about the Queen. Xbox is still the best box exit. Game Pass. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. Boot on the next season. On God and them. Paris, stop playing with yourself. Pause. Whoa, that didn't even come out right. Paris, you have never indicated that was something that you would entertain. Ever. Paris, don't play with me. I told you to get me the contracts for TCL, especially now that Sony Bravia is part of TCL. Come on, man. Yo, get me that contract. I already know now, man. I'll be getting Sony TVs with a TCL brand. You know I'm in for that, B. Come on, man. TCL got to glow up. They caught your man. They brought your man on the low. They caught him low. They caught him when he was itching, when he was fiending. They caught Sony outside like, Gave him a dummy pack. It was like, yeah, I'll take your brand. Yo, who knew in this lifetime that the brand that I talk the most crap about and the other brand I talk the most crap about, the one that I thought was worse than the other one, brought the other one. Oh, God. This life can't get no better. This is the best life ever. I would never want to be anyone else. I would just always want to be me. If reincarnation is a thing, I can't wait to come back as the king because this thing is incredible. We got stuff to talk about today. My man Twank, what up? Twank, Soldier. Welcome to Soldier V rank. I salute you, Soldier. Twank, you my dude, man. Twank be following me on Twitch. On TikTok. I need to work on my TikTok. I do apologize. I used CapCuts before and there was some issues. I'm gonna get back and fixing that. Oh, hold on. Oh, you love Davey. Oh, Dalvey. That's up with the $5 super chat. Thank you, King, for going live because these other dudes on podcasts are riding these lies on where it's an obvious hit piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to produce what we're going to talk about, and then we're going to delve into the curious timing of things. We're going to delve into conversations that people's had in the background. First and foremost, hold on, let me pull this up because I have to be transparent, right? And in being transparent, a lot of people is gonna be like, yo, but Kang, the way is being framed. All right, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna do it one by one. We're not gonna act like pictures haven't been seen. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna continue to do that, right? So everybody thought that how I would handle it, or maybe I wouldn't handle it. Maybe I wouldn't talk about it. Maybe I would leave it alone. Like maybe I would not be the person to address the allegations. Maybe I won't be the person that's in the position. First of all, Paris, you know damn well me and you work together, Paris. So don't play with me, Paris. Stop playing. You know damn well I'm willing to work with Paris. All right. So again, hold on. Let me remove that. Again, hold on. Let me just find the last one. I think that was. I probably got a couple of more. Oh, hold on. Because if I don't show this one, then they're gonna be like, oh, it's just a you and her thing. That's never that. That's never the case. Okay. All right. So there's always people there. So please, guys, don't even try to. And I'm not insinuating a goddamn thing. Never that. I'm a married individual that's madly in love with my significant other, and I'm pretty sure that she's the same way with her significant other. So it's nothing like that ever. Never indicating anything of that stature. But there are conversations that were had, and we do talk about the industry and gaming as a whole. And if anybody thinks that I'm like what you guys call us a shill for having conversations with people that are in spaces that have control over what we love, right? No, that's not the case. But again, for full transparency, I've spoken to her. You took that pic, right, Soltech? That's my dude. Like Soltech is there, so Soltech can tell you. At the end of the day, people will probably think that I can't be critical. I can't be critical of stuff. I can't be critical of individuals because maybe they feel that I'm too close to the situation. Creatine does the body good. Earlier today, we was recording what is sure to be probably one of the most memorable, iconic episodes of Insider Gaming's Lords After Dark app. We have content that's on the Insider Gaming app. Lords After Dark is what the brand is. Cognito and myself did an interview today, or meeting of the minds, if you will, because that's what the episode is going to be titled as. And it's with a provocative individual that is in the industry, that is a voice for gaming and a voice for, you can say PlayStation, but I think the individual is just a voice inside gaming. Maybe he may lean towards PlayStation content. But the conversation needed to be had based upon grown men conversations. And we came to a great understanding. So I can't wait for you guys to actually check out that episode and see what it really means to be upstanding men of this content. And I was truly enlightened to hear his story and to have a conversation with him. and get a better understanding of the individual, and hopefully this can foster some better relationship with that individual, because he was very genuine in his approach, and so is Iron Lords. We are a podcast that prides ourselves on our professionalism and being respectful at all times as to everyone's content without making hit pieces like a lot of pieces were. Web Dave, $2 super chat. Big thanks, King and Paris on the Gamers Council. Like, yo, if you didn't see the Gamers Council yesterday, y'all guys know I don't do a podcast after I do Iron Lords. Actually, I was supposed to do my content. I was supposed to do a video for you guys yesterday, and I think it's kind of going to be titled like The Fall of Satia or The Fall of Odin. I don't know how I'm going to title it. That video, I'm just going to put it up and y'all can like check it out at some point in time. But that content was going up, and I was going to do that content. And I went on the Gaming Console podcast with Web Dave, Hard Geek, Shani, Mr. Boomstick XL, and Paris. And we had some good talks. So normally I don't do podcasts after I do a 5-hour podcast with Iron Lords. But again, Web Dave is a wonderful pillar of the community. Hard Geek, Shani is my brother. And I owe him an incredible debt. So definitely was going to talk this stuff that's happening now, because a lot of people thought I was upset based upon individuals losing their position in corporate structure. At no point in time am I upset that anybody is in corporate structure and loses their position, because even though if I consider you a colleague, I consider you a friend, I consider you somebody that we have conversations with, I have brokered conversations with you and stuff like that, even though that I understand the cutthroat nature when it comes to corporate. Corporate is a cutthroat business. This is why I'm an entrepreneur, because at the end of the day, my work leans on me. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, from delivering newspapers and flyers as a kid to opening up my own businesses and doing so later on. I just don't believe in a power structure where somebody can tell me or craft a conversation about me not working as well as they want me to work. You understand? So again, I want you to understand, Microsoft is an incredibly large company. An incredibly large company. And in being this large company, there's many branches to that tree, right? And the reason why I had revered Phil so much is because, again, coming from an intern to make it to the head of what you may feel is your apex, that is a great story. That's a lifetime achievement type story. To be sitting with the person that made the company that you filled out an application to get a job for, and to be sitting next to him at keynote speakings and these things, that is noteworthy. So as he made milestones in Xbox, because Xbox is the brand that I love, Xbox is what I chose. As he made milestones, I gave him a name. If y'all know, I affectionately call him Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, being Aurelius is the golden one, right? You got to understand that part. Now, was his tenure fantastic? No, he made some mistakes here and there, but it wasn't as big as a lot of other people's. He wasn't in charge of the Red Ring of Death, you know? He also, boy, that could have killed the console. He damn sure wasn't in charge of, we got a console for you. He damn sure wasn't in charge of TV, but we're not here for that. We're here for what I feel in the Black History Month, and I'm not making this a black or white thing. I'm just telling you what people are telling me, right? I'm telling you what people are telling me. I'm telling you what my DMs are filled with. My DMs are filled with, really, on Black History Month, this is how you're going to do this? Now, they didn't replace Sarah with somebody that's not of color, and they didn't replace Sarah with someone, and Phil with somebody who wasn't they replace a woman with a woman. Like if you really thinking about it, because how we were seeing it was Phil was ever going to step down. We knew Phil was going to step down at some point in time. I told y'all, be careful what you wish for. And the ascension was to be Sarah. That was always in our brain. Now, I told Mr. Boomstick on his show, I don't know if anybody remember, I said, no, Sarah's not next. Matt is. I said it a long time ago. I said Sarah is not next. Matt is. Matt is next. And they was like, nah, Sarah's going to be next. I'm like, okay. Because remember, see, what you guys always forget, because y'all have revisionist history. Like you like to take recency bias and use that as your barometer in this life. Me personally, I tend to remember everything. It's a gift and a curse. When she showed up, you said she came from T-Mobile. She didn't have any experience. She doesn't play games. Who is this person? She was a DEI hire. She checked all the boxes. It was because she was black and she was a woman. She didn't have any credibility. And a lot of times, and let me tell you, man, I'm going to call you out on it, because a lot of times it was a lot of content creators that had the same shade of skin as me. Knowing how hard it is for a person with the same shade of skin as me inside a corporate structure to get a leg up. Not saying that you're not supposed to criticize somebody if somebody is not fit for the job. I don't care what color they are. You can go get them. But I felt that it was, I think they made a point to do it. But those same people that's talking about, in Black History Month, they did that. Y'all was the same ones that were attacking her and her credentials before she uttered a word. Y'all don't remember, but I remember you well. So to see people come out in defense and talk about, that sucks that you was the ones that had put the bridge in front of her and tried to push her off it long time ago. You the ones that was saying, I can't wait till she's gone. She's gone. And then you're like, not on Black History Month. Well, make up your goddamn mind. What is it? And I see, oh my God, the Xbox expansion pass, $5 super chat, supporting my friend, blessings. You supported me the day you put on your Crocs, sir. You supported me the day you put on your Crocs, and I appreciate you. Hopefully, when we get a chance to go to Summer Games Fest, all the people that are in the know, Summer Games Fest information has went out, so you know what you got to do. Make sure you check your emails. Make sure you handle that situation, because I definitely want to have conversations, and I want to do a whole lot more this year with all the content creators there. I want to have one giant live podcast. We're going to get a room, and in Paris, we got to talk, because I want to have a giant conversation about the state of the industry from a content creator standpoint. We can do that. Dave Rizzi with the $2 super chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Peace and blessings, kings. Blessings on God and them. To wake up today is a wonderful thing, man. Trust me. We were hit with a state of emergency, a travel ban. It's freezing outside. And people are facing hardships all across the world, and we are here to talk about video games, our hobby that we love, understand real life things are happening, but at the same time, we must address the conflict. We must address all the stuff that's going on. Oh, Soul Tech, good. Welcome to Soldier V Rank. I salute you, Soldier. I will have content up for you guys. If anybody goes there right now, I got content going up with Dip Down and myself. I'm bringing more content to members. So once you become a member, There's more content for you guys there that won't ever be released. You get a chance to check out that content and tell me if you like the content that is there. I'm trying to do more. I'm not one of those dudes that will have one of those discords and have everybody in there running their mouth, and I'm not into gossip. Those for gossip channels. We don't do gossip. We do man stuff here. Pause. Only Hope, member for 6 months, Soldier X rank. That's my guy. I'm so glad that he's doing better. He was in the hospital. He's back. He's one of my Fight Night Friday alumni. I appreciate him. This last Fight Night Friday, I was not there. And in my stead, Oni hosted and had 2 XKO tournament fights going on. My brother King, much love. That's why I called you Great General Gulan Yu in Dynasty Warriors. We bleed green. Blessings, brother. I appreciate you on all that. Trust me. So hold on 1 second. I done did something crazy. All right, cool. Back down to the chat. So we see what's transpiring now, right? So everybody understands this. Now I gotta set it up, because before we jump into all the stuff that we're going to jump in, I gotta set it up. Phil abruptly leaves. What it looks like he abruptly leaves, right? And I go live and I tell you that there had to be a fight because Sarah bounces out right after that. And we got to figure out, because something's not smelling right. And it looks like somebody was leaning on my man Phil Dominus was like, I'm good with this. And I felt that either Sarah stood on business or they could have told Phil, you can stay, but you got to fire Sarah. And Phil was like, nah, I'm good. And told Sarah, and Sarah was like, I'm out. And they hire Asha, right? It could have been that way. It could have been that way. So we're going to get in, because this is my fresh take on these articles. So we're just going to read the articles, because I don't want to come in with a preconceived bias about what's being talked about, right? I had a whole different thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about me being 98% right all the time, with Grand Theft Auto coming in at 89 pounds and 99 pence. That equals 121 US dollars. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about me being right. Right? But I don't get a chance to have that conversation, because every time Xbox does something, they move the needle. Oh, Karen 717, welcome to Soldier S rank. I salute you, Soldier. Don't forget, we're going to do the live raffle, because I got to give away for us making 10K. The Angry Therapist, $2 super chat. I didn't like the fact that they labeled her difficult. Isn't what they do with everyone is they label people difficult, malcontent? Anybody can be difficult, right? But was she efficient? Was she efficient? See, because the same talking points I'm hearing you guys, and we're going to talk about Asha, because I think the thing that I'm having a problem with is I think I'm having a problem with. Okay, that's Asha shares her 3 favorite games of all time, along with the Game Attack. I'm thinking I'm having a problem with is just the community itself. Y'all accepted Phil. Phil was from the ground up in the company, started off as an intern. He worked well with PR as far as getting across to you guys. He was for the community, by the community, from the community. He played video games. I can attest to this, because a lot of times dudes will be inside the room and we have mutual friends that are in a structure of business, and they would be in the room. I got to get up and work at night, so I ain't got no time to be hanging out at night. Again, like I said, I'm not a millionaire. I don't got no leisure time. So they're in the room, they're playing Destiny. He's a true gamer. You can look at his gamer score, you can look at him playing games. And I think somebody said something It was Hard Geek yesterday on the Gamer Council that he said Phil can go to a developer, play a game, and he has gamer eyes. And having gamer eyes helps him know what game is good. The same way I feel Shohei has gamer eyes and how Shohei can discern what's going to be a good game. Phil had those eyes, and you need that level of filter to know what's good and what's bad and what you can throw and what you can go into and what you can go get. And you guys were afraid that Sarah didn't have those eyes, and that's well reported. I understand that. I'm not saying that you don't, but Asha doesn't have those eyes as well. The same talking points that you have for Sarah is kind of the same talking points that you have for Asha. The same things. I'm hearing it. The only difference is that she works in AI in Microsoft. Sarah came from outside, from T-Mobile, right? Remember? T-Mobile. We're going to get into this, and we're going to get into what's factual and what's infactual. We're going to get into that stuff. We're going to talk about that stuff. We're going to talk about, is Microsoft using her as a scapegoat in order to restore some confidence to a brand that they destroyed? Because nothing moves without conversations from up top. If you think Phil moves in a vacuum, if you think Sarah moved in a vacuum, then you're fooling yourself to think that in a corporate structure with a $3 trillion company, could have been $4 trillion, but Satya messed up a lot of that bread, almost $700 billion worth, right? But if you think in a corporate structure that one individual can take it upon themselves to take a multi-billion-dollar company and move it in whatever direction they want to move it in just because they say it so, you are sadly mistaken. That is not how it works at all. There's checks and balances. There are people above you, and there are approvals at all times. I have managers in place. They can't move without finding out from me. If there's a work order for something, they can't okay a work order without making sure that it's okay with me. But the employees report to the manager. So to have me believe, and I do have managers that they say, oh, he's a difficult to work with individual. That's his job. His job is to crack the whip when you on some bullshit. That's his job. He wouldn't be in place if I didn't put him there. But we will continue. Miguel Smith with the $2 super chat one last time. Hashtag Glizzy's out for Phil. Wow. Somebody put that man on timeout. But Xbox CEO shares her 3 favorite games of all time along with her gamer tag. It's a good list. And she's a Chrono Trigger fan too. You believe that? Like I believe that. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? See, there's nothing wrong with them not being a gamer. I clown Jim Ryan because he picked up the PlayStation controller. Remember he picked up the PlayStation controller upside down? Remember that? Remember that? Y'all remember when Jim Ryan picked up the PlayStation controller upside down? Remember that? But Jim was doing what was best for the brand, for the company. But Jim didn't move in a vacuum. There are shareholders that actually tell you what you can do. There are people above you that tell you what you can do. But we all know that the ex-boss Phil Spencer was a massive gamer. See, the world knows this. And this article is brought to you by Fraser Gilbert. And I have cited Fraser Gilbert a lot from Pure Xbox. So a lot of you guys, when you guys say, okay, you don't ever, you be just talk. I talk from articles. This is the reason why, mainly one of the reasons why I go live now instead of video, because a lot of times you guys look at the video or you're off looking at something else, and I'm having a montage play on top of what I'm reading, and you think I'm just coming up with a script that I wrote up myself. You're bugging. Forza, member for 4 months. Soldier S rank, I salute you, Soldier. Thank you for reaching out about my passing, King. Oh. Blessings, yeah. Blessings. Yo. All right. So that being said, massive gamer. But the new Microsoft gaming CEO, Asha Shermer, doesn't come from a gaming background in terms of her career. That said, she's got a great taste in Xbox games. First of all, let me continue. Sherma asked about her 3 favorite games on social media over the weekend, which a lot of y'all feel that, his mom's passing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did reach out about your mom's passing. I did. Sorry, bro. Like I said, I got that light right here. If I'm not watching it over here on this side, that light kind of blinds me on that side. All right, remember, this is my 4th nerve palsy eye. Okay, so she asked about her favorite games on social media over the weekend, which she revealed was Halo, Valheim, and GoldenEye 007. Were those 3 Halo, GoldenEye would have been many people's top list, but Valheim is an interesting one. A former Xbox Game Pass edition that has proved to be a huge hit on the PC particular, and we're big fans of it at Pure Xbox, blah, 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 blah. All right, so listen, man. They said that in the last month alone, Sherma has played 30 games, some of which she's got a full completion for. In the last month, she's played 30 games. You said I need some Vaseline? Oh, my lips? Oh, pause. Hold on. First of all, I don't use Vaseline, boy. Hold on. That's vitamin E, baby. There you go. You good? That's good for you? That made you feel better? First of all, in a month alone, I cannot get a chance to play 30 games. I can't. And I don't ever think no millionaire has the time to do that. I don't. Never did, never will believe that. All right. So you know why it's going to be a tough thing for her. You said that was baby oil? Vitamin E, bro. Only the best. I got to kiss my wife with these lips. What are you, crazy? Ah, man. Again, and I know we're going to get to Sarah, but remember, there's a build up to it. You got to understand some things. So when Microsoft introduces Asha, there's 2 hurdles that they have to climb. Phil was this larger than life unicorn that they had in the company. This rags to riches, if you will, story that is a once in a lifetime after school special. You can dream to be anything that you want to be. You can even go all the way to the heights of being a CEO at Microsoft. Really, Ma? Really? Do you think I can do it? Well, by golly, Phil, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And he does it. Right? She got to overcome Jordan. You know how many people are compared to Michael Jordan? Dear God. And they fail miserably. Anybody remember Harold Miner? Anybody remember Harold Miner? Any basketball players that remember Harold Miner? You remember that? Does anybody, it's like saying, this guy's gonna be the next Tom Brady. We didn't even know. Tom Brady's a once-in-a-lifetime story. Picked last in the draft. Was terrible at the Columbine. Go on to be the greatest football player of all time. Captain America himself. So I want y'all to understand this. Them replacing him with her is a tough sell by itself. That sell was a hard sell. And then Sarah Bond. Baby Jordan, you know it. They gave him the name. He never outgrew that. Harold Miner was doomed from the beginning. And then Sarah Bond. You're talking about somebody that is striking to look at. You're talking about somebody that commands presence. And again, somebody that was willing to learn on the line. Now, they shielded her in the beginning. Remember, they had Phil on one side, Matt Booty on the other. She's going to learn. We're going to help. We're going to guide her. But more and more, we got a chance to see her in front of more campaign, more reading. She just did that CNBC News thing. Remember when she was talking about the ROG and they was doing that? Remember that? You remember that? Asha has to overcome the charismatic, striking, whatever Sarah had going, and the Phil larger than life. Come on, man. Like, come on. First of all, he's up there with Reggie Fils-Aimé as the greatest CEO ever. She has to overcome that. So, of course, they're trying to figure out and trying to craft her story that to make it more palatable. You guys she's having a tough time establishing her gamer cred. Fans are suspicious of her gaming history. You should be, because I can't play 30 games in 1 month, and I'm reviewing games, bro. Listen, this is by Ford James at Polygon. You know, late last week, Xbox announced the longtime CEO and face of the company, Phil Spencer, is leaving after 25 years with the team. That's BS. It was 38 years there. It was 12 to 17 years at a leadership position. He's replaced by Asha Sharma and is the current president that was the current president of Microsoft Core AI. Now, when y'all hearing Core AI, the job over at Core AI wasn't like products that as an actual product. What it is infrastructure and growing things from that standpoint, knowing how to make infrastructure work. So she was core to that. I don't ever think that she needs to be very astute in video game playing. But when Hargeet brought it up that video games is essential, you need to have a background in it because you don't have the eyes, the pupils, the peepers in order to discern what is a good game and what's a bad game. That validity lies in that. Now, unless she was tasked, which you stay home, you don't come to the office, you get your nachos, and you sit down and you play your games, and you got to play games, and you got to complete games? Bro, I still haven't completed Death Stranding, and I started that 5 months ago. And I'm a hell of a gamer. My backlog itself is crazy. So I'm just giving you a build up to what ultimately is going on over at Microsoft, right? What we're seeing here is we're seeing them scrambling because the person that they have in place isn't resonating to the extent that they want them to resonate at, right? There's some type of resistance, some friction there with us. Us meaning the community. The friction is some of them are thinking that, hold on. The Sarah piece. Okay, no, I didn't grab that piece. All right. Some of them are feeling that a lot of her conversations with us is AI generated and it's bots, where it was curated talk that she used that was supposed to endear herself to us, right? Okay. That's a faux pas there, especially if it's AI generated, right? Miguel Q. Smith with the $2 super chat. Welcome to the Asha booty era, the ashy booty era. Yeah, y'all wild crazy. Y'all so ridiculous with it, but I actually laughed at that when you said that yesterday. Listen, they're facing a hailstorm of issues. If she's not accepted, right? And her whole thing is to usher in what is to be the next golden age of what Xbox is. And she's not accepted. We reject her. It's going to further tarnish the brand. They know damn well Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, is beyond reproach. You understand? You can't sully his name. You can't throw dirt on that. You can't throw what you gonna say? Well, Phil was in charge of them not having Game of the Year games during his tenure. Phil was in charge of getting games over to PlayStation. Phil was the head of these things that I didn't like. Valid. But there's not one person inside that building that will ever tell you anything bad about that individual. From a leadership standpoint, that man was irreproachable. He has done things for individuals that will never go on record that has solidified his standing as a human being, as a person. Do you understand? I know it rubbed a lot of you guys raw where he would tweet if PlayStation had a good game. PlayStation would never tweet that Xbox game was nominated or Xbox had a good game or a game won Game of the Year, anything. They would never do it. But Phil always extended his hand. He's always was a gentleman, so his words going out the door was as such. Now, what I'm going to say is, because before I get to her, because I'm about to get to her. Where is it? I had a Satia thing here. Where the hell is the Satia thing I had? Hold on 1 second, partner. We ain't going to do that because I had a Satia thing here. Hold on. Where is you? Where is you? Where is you, Satia? Here we go. Here we go. We're going to get back to that. This was Satya's comment after the leadership shakeup over at Microsoft. Microsoft CEO shares his thoughts on the major leadership changes at Xbox. Satia Nadella is excited for how we will capture the opportunity ahead. He wants to show his shelf. Who is famous for a shelf? Look, who is famous for a shelf? Phil, right? Phil was famous for a shelf, right? Okay, I want y'all to I'm laying it out. I just want y'all to read. Last night, we received some of the most important news from the Xbox history. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer was leaving the company after 38 years. You notice how they get it right here, right? Xbox President Sarah Bond is leaving too. And new boss Asha Sherman, the former president of Microsoft Core AI, to be assisted by new EVP and Chief Content Officer Matt Booty. In response to all this, what we got was a bunch of statements from the higher-ups of Microsoft and Xbox over the Microsoft website, including from the boss of Microsoft himself, Satia Nadella. In his statement, Nadella praised Phil Spencer's impact on Xbox, congratulated Asha and Matt on their new jobs, and talked about how important gaming remains to be at the Microsoft as a whole. As you understand, it has been omitted any mention of Sarah Bond. Interesting, he also confirmed that Phil Spencer announced his intent to retire in 2025 rather than 2026, or rather, he had confirmed that Phil Spencer announced his intent to retire in 2025 rather than 2026, with Phil sharing his separate note that the transition began last fall while he decided to start the next chapter of my life. I call bullshit. Right? I honestly, I'm just giving it to you how I see it. If y'all know me, you understand that I spoke to the man on 3 separate occasions before then, right? I said things, not saying that he got to tell me any goddamn thing. Why he got to tell me anything? Oh, tell me nothing. But a lot of people going to understand that you can tell me stuff, nothing that ever come out my mouth. But I kind of felt that he would be there. Of course, you would want to be there in the 25th anniversary. You've been there 38 years. You love the Xbox. You've been working with Xbox. You nursed this sick thing to health. And you've been there for all this time. For 17 years in a leadership position. You've been there. You've been the guy. You've brought this thing back. You made it so that Microsoft can never get rid of it. That it's stuck inside their DNA no matter what they try to do. They can't get rid of Microsoft no matter what now. Through him. Because of him, they can't get rid of it. No matter what anybody tells you that Xbox is dead, that is BS, because Phil Dominus, Maximus Aurelius Spencer has made sure that Microsoft can't get rid of it at all. They can get rid of Game Pass, but they can't get rid of Xbox at all. The same way they can't get rid of Windows. They're stuck together. Okay? You want me to believe that this individual that built this up, that you gave him a sick puppy and he nursed it to health, he loves Xbox more than anything that you would ever know. You want me to believe that in the year of the 25th anniversary of Xbox, that he was there when they had zero day one, remember? He was there championing the launch of Xbox. He was there. You want me to believe that that guy said, I'm going to leave before they become 25 years old? Nah. Now, I did have a feeling that after the next console was launched that he was gone. Really, be honest with you. I told that to the team a long time ago. And I did have, some conversations with some stuff. But, yeah, nah. No. All right, so listen. This is Satia's full message. Gaming has been a part of Microsoft from the start. Flight simulators has shipped from before Windows. And you could put, I remember this thing. We celebrate Xbox 25th year. The opportunities of innovation agenda is in front of us is expansive. Today, we reach over 500 million monthly active users and on top is a top publisher across all platforms and continue to innovate across gaming, hardware, content, community, and services of creators and players everywhere. Understand that 500 million monthly active users is exactly what he wanted no matter what. Remember when they was chasing Discord and they got shut out from the Discord thing? They really wanted those monthly active users from Discord in order to roll that into Xbox. Hold on. Bounty, sent 5 Xbox Frontline gift memberships. I salute you, soldier. Blessings. Thank you so much. If you're a new member in the chat, please put one new crest up. Put the lion's crest with the crown on it with the bloody mouth, because today we take a bite out of corporate bullshit. I know I don't curse a lot. I know it may seem like I'm agitated. I'm absolutely not. I know what goes on in the corporate structure. That's why I've never been a part of the corporate structure. All right, continue to innovate across gaming, hardware, content, and community, and services and creators and players everywhere. I'm a long on gaming and its role. I'm long on gaming and its role at the center of our consumer ambition. Understand that. Phil did that. He made that an integral part of Microsoft. And as we look ahead, I'm excited to share that Asha Sharma will become the executive vice president and CEO of Microsoft Gaming, reporting to me. Over the last 2 years at Microsoft and previously as the chief operating officer over at Instacart and vice president at Meta, Asha has helped build and scale services that reach billions of people and support thriving consumer and developer ecosystems. She brings deep experience building and growing platforms, aligned business models to a long-term value, and operating at a global scale, which will be critical in leading our gaming business into the next era of growth. Remember, over at Meta, it was AI. Over at Microsoft, it's AI. I don't know at Instacart, but nobody brings up Home Depot, as Destin eloquently brought up on Iron Lord's podcast on Sunday. But understand, it is necessary for Satya, because she reports to him, his agenda is built around AI and the monthly active users. To grow that, not to grow Xbox, but to grow that. But see, Xbox is integral to those ambitions. Understand what is being said. What is being said is a curated statement based upon his ambitions to grow what is making money, monthly active users. 500 million is nothing to sneeze at, and selling your data is bringing in cash. This is the reason why the cloud services and all that other stuff, it's a 100% king, but you can scapegoat somebody else. I'm going to get to it. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes you may not like how the corporate structure is built, but it's going to be what it's going to be, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. Matt Booty will become the executive vice president and the chief content officer because Matt Booty was in place overseeing all of this stuff any goddamn way. So there was no way that you could have got rid of Matt Booty without collapsing all the content that you have in the pipeline. See, if Matt don't play ball, then you have no content because you prided yourself on being the number one publisher across all these ecosystems. So Matt was integral to your agenda. This is the reason why Matt got a bump in pay. And Matt will be reporting to Asha. Matt's career reflects a lifelong commitment to games because he was a developer. Shout out to Paris for letting me know that. And the people who make them. Under his leadership, Microsoft Gaming has grown in a span of nearly 40 studios. The level of disrespect in that line is horrendous. The level of disrespect in that line is horrendous. Phil grew y'all from 4 studios to damn near 40. 36 to be exact. But you can't reference Phil because Phil is no longer there, so you're going to attribute that badge of honor to Matt. I digress. Across Xbox, Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, King, which are home to beloved franchises as Halo, Elder Scrolls, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, Candy Crush, and Fallout. Together, Asha and Matt have the right combination of consumer product leadership and gaming depth to push the platform and innovation and content pipeline forward. For what Phil and Sarah and them has built before, it's already established and they're ready to go forward. All they gotta do, all those two dudes gotta do right now is do not mess it up. Do not. All you gotta do is drive. That's it. Don't mess it up. That's it. Who's that? Kilo Papa, what's good? Member for 7 months, Soldier S rank. I salute you, Soldier. Yes, Sarah was definitely the scapegoat. Facts on her Everborn saga. That's my guy. Welcome to Soldier X rank. That's one of the content creators and one of those people that we highlight during Black History Month, Everborn Saga, and all the wonderful stuff that he does do. If you don't know about Everborn Saga, I suggest you go to everbornsaga.com. Please, Everborn, show your wares inside the page. He has some of the great merch. I actively wear that merch, and I've actively read the comic books. I think he's one of the most fantastic, bright minds that we have in our community. Okay, so, hold on. Last year, Phil Spencer made the decision to retire from the company, which is bullshit. And then we began talking about the succession planning. I want to thank Phil for his extraordinary leadership and partnership over 38 years at Microsoft, including 12 years leading gaming. Phil helped transform what we do and how we do it. He expanded our reach across PC, mobile, and cloud, nearly tripled the size of the business. I want you to think about this, what he just said right there. And I'm going to show you the contradiction in exactly how you pick out a scapegoat and make a scapegoat happen. What he understood was he couldn't discount Phil's 38 years, and including 12 years at leading gaming, Phil helped transform what we do and how we do it. This is how we do, right? He expanded our reach across PC, mobile, and cloud. So if Phil expanded the reach about PC, mobile, and cloud, remember, everything's in Xbox. Let's continue. I'm going to break it down. I'm just laying it out, and I'm going to let it play out. Nearly tripling the size of the business. So you nearly triple the size of the business from where he started, where he's at. But we have a discrepancy? Helped shape our strategy. He helped shape our strategy through the acquisitions of Activision, Blizzard, ZeniMax, Minecraft, and strengthened our culture across studios and platforms. He did all that. Okay. I've long admired Phil's unwavering commitment to players. That lets you know, anytime that this dude was talking sideways out his head, Phil fought back. Read between the lines. Okay? Because he had a commitment to the gamer. Creators and his team. He stood for his team and those people that created games. This is the reason why we got Square Enix back on Xbox. This is the reason why the relationship with Sega is so good, because Phil never gave up on Japan. A lot of you guys that love Japanese RPGs, that love the kooky nature of Japanese great culture, a lot of you guys are thankful to this day because Phil never gave up when everyone told him it will never bear fruit. He dug in, he held the line, and he continued to advance the line in Japan. a lot of you guys are happy to play Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, that's inside Game Pass right now. He understood that the players that couldn't afford games, and he wanted y'all to play the most games as possible. So he came up with this weird plan of Game Pass that can get as many games into your hands for as cheap as possible. Because he understands corely, fundamentally, as gamers, we want to play it all. We want to be everywhere on every genre at all times. I want you to remember this core tenet of the individual, because his protege, the person that he's giving tutelage to, the person that is supposed to be the heir apparent to after he leaves. So let's say he did say he was leaving last year. That's when we started seeing more of Sarah anyway. Based upon him showing her the ropes. Remember Sarah going to Japan? Remember him saying Sarah went to Sega? Remember Square putting out the tweet? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Because I think I do have something that I can show. This was because of the teamwork. That was because of the teamwork. See, what you won't do to me is rewrite a history. What you won't do to me is tell me something that I lived and I seen with my own two peepers. Didn't happen. It's like watching a fight and you know that your guy clearly beat the brakes off of one guy, but the judges at the end tell you that the other guy won. You're not going to rewrite it because I was a student of the game and I've been keeping count. We're not going to do that. His commitment to players and creators and his team, and I am personally grateful for his leadership and counsel. He will continue to be working closely with Asha to ensure a smooth transition. Now, Phil and Sarah will still be there working closely during the transition. But only one mention of one. We have an extraordinary creative talent across all of our studios and global platform that is second to none. I'm excited for what we have and what we will capture, the opportunity ahead to define what comes next while staying grounded in what players and creators value. Okay. Now we're going to get into this thing here. This thing here is the biggest affront to Xbox gamers. Hold on. Don't want to do that. This is the biggest affront to Xbox gamers, right? This is the biggest thing that had our panties in a bunch, right? This is a box turtle. This is an Xbox when you're done doom scrolling. This is an Xbox for wild nights. This is an Xbox for locking in when you're out. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox in every dimension. This is an Xbox when you need to study break. This is an Xbox, right? For your team playing. This is a beat box, you know, whatever. Right? Remember that? Y'all remember that? Hold on. Kilo Papa Golf with the $5 super chat. Salute to Phil, the OG. Started from the bottom and the top. Pause. And the shooter definitely fell in line. Facts. Attic had brought up a thing because I was saying one thing and he was like, you know, he brought up some stuff. Y'all got to really go to that Inside the Gaming app. Y'all really got to, you know, join in. But hold on. Let me boogie back over. No, not this one. This one. Sorry, I apologize for that. All right. So this is an Xbox campaign offending employees internally, reports claim. So this is how this is coming out. It didn't just offend employees. It offended Xbox dudes. Do you know the ammo? Okay, first of all, do you know how many people posted toilet bowls and had my name at the top of it and say, yo, King, is this an Xbox? How many garbage cans was posted? Yo, King, is this an Xbox? Like, the level of ducking and dodging and weaving, myself personally, had to go through based upon that campaign it gave J-Dub and these dudes some of the most ammo I've ever had to deal with, bro. Do you know how much? So could you imagine? You crafted the Xbox, you worked on the Xbox, you built it up, and you telling your friends about the Xbox and this, that, and the third. And one of the campaigns was you don't need an Xbox, or this is an Xbox, or that's an Xbox. Could you imagine being an employee at Microsoft and you had to deal with them snapping on you? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't think that these guys don't snap back and forth and play the dozens all day back and forth with each other, hell yeah, B. I'm going to tell you right now, if you think it's console warring with employees on other companies is it. This is what they do. We joking around. We playing with each other here. This is what we do. We do it on Twitter. We have fun. But could you imagine working for the company and they walking past you and they going, yo, son, I got my Xbox in my hand right now. I'm drinking it. It's making me a smoothie. Catch you in the break room. I'm telling you it ain't flying right. I'm telling you it ain't flying right. I'm telling you. Do you know how many people is in this chat right now that was like, that's the gift that keeps giving, King? We were on your head, B. Do you know? Tony, you laughing your ass off right now, Tony, because you was one of them. You was one of them. We ain't gonna act like that ain't affect everybody else, B. We not gonna do that. Come on, man. We ain't gonna act like that campaign wasn't it. I was figuring out how the hell Aaron Greenberg ain't get hit with that. Like, come on, Aaron. Because remember, I was tweeting at Aaron like, yo, Aaron, come on, man. What you doing? What you doing to me, man? Like, come on. I had to stay off of Twitter for a day. Kilo Papa Golf with the $2 super chat. Yo, real talk. My son PlayStation homies make fun at work. Facts. Listen, so check it out. GameStop may receive revenue from the hell is that? Microsoft, this is an Xbox advertisement blitz which began in 2004, prompted the range of reaction for consumers. According to the report, this was part of the outgoing president Sarah Bond's Xbox Everywhere strategy. Now, I want y'all to remember, hold on, what he said when he praised Xbox everywhere. You can't say Xbox on every device and praise the success that it had. And this is being talked about as the reason nobody liked anything that she did. And attribute it to her when you would attribute it to Phil. But you can't smear Phil because he's beyond reproach. He was in line for your job when you lost $700 billion. I got to get him out of here right now, because if I don't get him out of here right now, ixnay on the head A. Remember, I got that video coming. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I may not be loved over at Microsoft right now, but listen, y'all not going to do what you're going to do and say I'm not going to be real. I got to be real. If I could call PlayStation out for their BS, I'd do it. I'm going to call you out too. You're not above the hit. I love Xbox. I cannot like Microsoft and love Xbox. Both can be real. Both can be real. Right? You wasn't there when I was wrapping blankets around my 360 when I caught the red ring of death. You wasn't there. I didn't even know who you was. Right? Tomorrow to be another head of Microsoft. I was there when Bill was there. Right? I was there when Bill and The Rock came to New York City. They came to my town to launch that console. Mr. High is in one of the videos picking up one of the first Xboxes, and I was outside waiting for him to get his because I already got mine from EB Games. So I was here before you. I'll be here after you. I love Xbox. I'm an Xbox dude. So if anybody is feeling offended by this right here, then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry. But I'm going to give this work where this work is due. And this work is done. This work is done to you. And again, I have never taken a check, so I'm not on payroll. So again, on my chair, that Xbox logo will go. I rocks with Xbox, baby. All right, so, and they said some Xbox employees felt slighted by the ad campaign. The call of the campaign said, this is an Xbox initiative, was the platform was more than a physical console, emphasizing the multiple ways of consumers can experience Xbox games. That includes Xbox on PC, along with cloud gaming apps, smart TVs, mobile devices. Isn't that all that Satia said in his statement? Isn't that all that Satia said in his statement? So you run an ad campaign, probably $1 billion. Who approved the money? Oh, so you're not taking accountability because that ad campaign never came across your desk? Oh, you just finding out about it, and she was a rogue agent doing this willy-nilly on her own. Somebody that was under the tutelage of Phil, who answers to you? Because Asha answers to you, right? So if something goes wrong, it had to be you. So is this the first time they answering to you? Or have they been answering to you the whole time? Because you can't praise them damn near tripling everything based upon this initiative of PC, cloud, TV, everything. And this is an Xbox. And then single out an individual like, nah, that was your idea. That's you. But The Verge reports the campaign wasn't received well internally, having offended Xbox employees. While the report doesn't go into detail on who the company was aggravated, who in the company was aggravated, or why the advertising arguably de-emphasized the Xbox hardware, this is the Xbox quickly became a meme online. Now, I'm going to get to the Verge aspect of it because, again, I think the Verge aspect of it is where everybody is pulling their conversations from. And I saw people actually go at Tom Warren and say this was a hit piece from Tom Warren, and I didn't get a chance to read it. So we're going to be reading this together. So this is the Tom Warren piece that they're talking about. No thanks. Inside Microsoft's big Xbox leadership shakeup, Microsoft has a new gaming CEO who wants to bring Xbox back from the brink. The brink of what? No, I'm not doing that, so you ain't getting a subscription from me. Sorry, Tom. If you want me to be part of your joint, send it to me. Send it to me. Because you use a lot of my information anyway, so sorry, Tom. Love you. I love you to death. I love you to death. We all here to get paid, right? So I guess I can't read it from you. So somebody gonna have to screenshot and give it to me. What it is, what it is. But we saw Satia Nadella break down how he praised what Phil did, and under Phil, Sarah worked. We can understand that under Phil, Sarah worked. She was the protege. She worked under Phil. You're talking about somebody that came from T-Mobile that don't have no experience in gaming, came up with an ad and said, hey, how about this? Does this work? And all of you guys with gaming experience and all of you guys that's above her ran it through Eternals. Because I know how that goes. It's a yay or nay in the group. I know it's a yay or nay. I know y'all listen to people in the crowd because y'all sit together and y'all do town halls. So you're going to say this big ad campaign that spreads all over the world was only one person's sole idea, and people really didn't like it, and that kind of rubbed everybody the wrong way and made her a difficult malcontent that nobody could work with, a drama queen, a situational, all the stuff that was said to me in my DMs and stuff like that after the fact. And all of this stuff is not from people that want to put their name to it. Right? All of that stuff slid through. But yet the ad for the next hardware, here she goes. Here she goes. You see, the reason why I find it weird is because you actually have somebody that is in charge of next-gen hardware, and that's Jason Ronald and them. So you could have Jason Ronald and them do the hardware stuff and talk about hardware. Why would she have to be talking about that with AMD and pushing that forward and all that stuff if she's this individual that's this and that's that? Right? If you understood your employee, and I got to give, hold on, Kilo Papa Golf, hold on. Kilo Papa Golf with $5 super chat. Facts. He praised this as an Xbox strategy, and then they want to pass the buck on to Sarah like she did all of it by herself. I want you to watch. Come on, son. Come on, son. I'm a master at smelling bullshit. For real. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Just don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Now, maybe you came to her and told her, yo, we're moving in a different direction, this, that, and the third, because y'all made Xbox to be the scapegoat at the last financials. I saw what Amy Hood and them did. I saw it. I saw it clear as day. Everybody's up, but y'all down. I saw it clear as day. When you lose $700 billion, Xbox ain't lose $700 billion, done. That's you, done. That's you playing around with Sam Altman and them dudes. We ain't gonna sit here and act like Xbox is as bad as you think when you just said they tripled their worth. They Jay-Z did it. Put me on anywhere on earth, I triple my worth. Come on, man. Xbox has never been this profitable in their life. Never. Ever. But Microsoft never lost that much money in a single day. Ever. You did what Concord did, but in the billies. Concord lost 700 milli. You lost 700 billy. You told Concord to hold my beer. And so your head don't roll. That guy gotta go, and I can't touch the guard. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, remember when Tom Brady left the Patriots and dudes was like, he cooked, son. He ain't gonna win again. And he go and win. You couldn't disrespect the God. So you went after his protege. See, everybody knew Obi-Wan was beyond reproach, but Anakin, we can make that dude the bad guy. Richard Torres, my guy, MMA, $5 super chat, no cap king, but this is an Xbox marketing was absolute ass, brother. Facts. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I'm an Xbox dude. As Xbox go, I go. I rocks with Xbox. I got PlayStation. Matter of fact, I was playing PlayStation today. I was playing some game. I'll talk about it at another date. I do that, but I'm a gamer. So you want me to believe that I should play 30 games in a month and complete them? Get out of here. But back to what I'm saying is, your statement was an indictment on your contradiction. Your contradiction praised Phil for all the stuff that you demonize Sarah for. Do you see the hypocrisy in your language? Sarah was nowhere mentioned inside the exit of your praise for Phil and all that Phil has done. She wasn't there. And this is no defending, Sarah. You don't need to defend no corporate VP, no corporate CEO, no president. I ain't got to defend no damn body. But at the end of the day, all you just had to do is say, yo, and be real with people. If the real with people work these days, because what you're doing is giving people conversation. Now we can have arguments. Now we can speculate. Now we can keep you in the news. Had you just been real and said, yo, we wanted to get Asha in there. Sarah's like, I was next in line. Let's say Phil really wanted to be out of there or was tired of your BS, right? Tired of every time he turn around, you lose money, they bother him. Right? Right? Because hardware is down. Of course hardware is down once you approve the message that everything is an Xbox. I ain't got to buy that shit then. Once you said, yo, let's put our games on PlayStation. Well, I ain't got to buy that shit then. Of course hardware is down. Of course it's going to be down 36%. You raising prices on hardware, you don't eat the cost, but you can buy new AI stuff. You don't eat the cost on the Xbox, right? You want to buy more AI stuff. We need more servers. Hey, how about playing in the cloud? So you think not being a console that has a discount on Black Friday, because you understand, this I'm gonna show y'all how y'all build it up to make Xbox the fall. I'm gonna show you. They raised the prices on the hardware throughout the year, not once but twice. Right? Right? They raised the price on Game Pass by trying to show you some weird value that whatever did restructure in the Game Pass, right? So understand, Game Pass stagnates right after that. So you could point to stagnated growth in gaming and services, right? This is a hit. This is how a hit happens. See, this is how a corporate hit happens. So Game Pass is raised in price and gaming and services is going to go down, right? The lineup that you had from last year compared to this year is not as robust. Game is going to be a little bit lost. You kind of launch the worst Call of Duty that you had, so that's going to be a hit. So gaming and services is going to take a loss. So we got it there. Okay. Hardware. Black Friday, we could do what PlayStation did and just meet them at the price point. Let's try to get Black Friday, right? Hold on. Let me check something because my dog is barking and I think somebody's at the door, front door. Okay, those are the shovelers. They're back. ¿Cómo está? Okay, I'll send my my wife down. Well, my mother-in-law downstairs. Give me 1 second. 5 minutos. Por favor. Gracias. Mamá. Gracias. All right, sorry. No, that's not. That's Coco. Coco's the barker. Bella is the agitator. Yeah. So like I told you before, we have some wonderful people that shovel driveways, shovel cars out, and I appreciate them. They had borrowed a shovel, had an extra shovel, and they had an extra family member there, and I lent them a shovel. And they were able to make more money in digging out more stuff. So I truly appreciate everything that they do. And I hope that he was able to make a boatload of bread because honestly, in all seriousness, being able to feed your family and to be able to survive means more than anything. And when somebody knocks on your door, humble hat in hand, if you're able to help out, good. He was definitely going to get my money to shovel the snow. I already had the money ready when I knew the snowstorm was coming. I already, all I got to put the salt. That's great. Cool. Gave him the bread. And then, he asked to borrow the shovel and gave him the shovel, and with that being done. So that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. What is that? Chris R. 55 with $5 super chat. Hold on. Chris R with the $5 super chat. They can't eat the cost of an Xbox because that will cost money. Oh, Sam Altman, Pinky promised that he'll maybe definitely make a profit this time. Facts. That's what I'm getting at the crux of the issue. That's what I'm getting at. You see, they could have met PlayStation at the price point, but why meet them at the price point when you're devaluing the console? You devalued it with the ad. You devalued the console with you don't need a console campaign. Was she in charge of you don't need a console campaign? Because I think that was there before her. Right? See, I vividly remember things because I was fighting J-Dub, Porter Rock, and King Thrash in them. Right? I was actively tweeting at these dudes, right? Right? So when you put the campaign, because I went downtown and I saw the big logo, I took the picture. I got a Samsung TV upstairs that I really, I ain't gonna lie to you. I told you I've been trying the cloud. I was like, oh, snap. These dudes is really coming for it. I always need a console, though. But if you tell somebody they don't need something, then they don't need it. You said it. You approved it. You signed the contracts. Phil ain't signed those contracts with Samsung. You did. You the boss. Nah. Hollywood rules. With the $2 super chat, King. Now they're firing shots when she's gone. That NDA better be ironclad. Because the moment that she want to talk, reach out to the king. What is that? Sith Lord, member for 25 months, Soldier S rank. Man, I love you, dude. Blessings. I salute you, soldier. Stay safe with this weather, King. You're a great guy. Blessings. Legendary Yobi with the $2 super chat. Satia and Amy orchestrated Phil and Sarah's outing. Listen, when I'm telling you what a operational hit is, think about it. Think about it. In corporate structure, it's him versus me. It's him versus me. It's dog eat dog. We will live beyond to fight another day, no matter what the cost. How can we craft this? We didn't know Sarah well enough to get an outline on what she was capable of as far as a CEO, because she never really got a chance to be on her own. Bone. Twitter was doing her dirty before she even uttered a word. They're doing Asha just as dirty. I just laid it out and let it play out for y'all to see. There was contradictions in the words and in the conversation that he left. See, I want to know, how does a company lose $700 billion based off of you and your dealings, and you're still there? Do you know how long it would take for Xbox themselves to lose $700 billion? What did you do, mama? You all right? Xbox themselves. Do you know how long it would take for Xbox to lose $700 billion when they were showing a net profit of $5 billion per financials? But single-handedly, there's one person, because y'all said shit rolls downhill. There's one individual that, based upon their calculations and their hunches, that the data shows, who I sound like? The data shows that AI will be, the data shows that you lost $700 billion, but people that didn't lose that money is gone, but you there. That shows that the data shows that you could lose another $700 billion tomorrow. But see, this is the part where, good, Phil and Sarah is not there anymore. We already see that y'all making her the scapegoat of all the stuff that you didn't find right. Right? You didn't like it. Good. She's the scapegoat. She was well compensated for her role that she played as being the scapegoat in this whole orchestrated mess. But then you want me to believe that the next person up is going to take Xbox back to its roots, to its golden era. We're going to bring them up by its bootstraps. We're going to bring back the blades. How y'all like the blades? You're brought in here for AI strategy. Don't fuck it up. That's about it. Be honest with you. The next console is already laid out. Everything is planned. Everybody talk about, well, the next console might be canceled. No, they didn't. They already paid AMD. The system on chip is almost, well, it's done. It's already set in stone. If you don't want to believe me, go watch my other video where Moore's Law is dead, and that's already done. That console's already coming out. That hybrid console that they need to have inside your house, because let me tell you this, and this is where I'm 98% right all the time. Let me tell you this. That console is coming out. They have Azure Cloud services all over the places. This is where they make the bulk of their money. Those data centers is churning out cash, but those data centers aren't really getting in what they want it to get in, because it's supposed to get in more. But if you put consoles in everyone's house, and remember the leveraging of the cloud, this is why they want you on the cloud, because you get that data. Wait, I want you to listen. And you have these consoles in everybody's house. You have these consoles all over the place. These powerful consoles, this $14.99 console, $1,499. Trust me. With AI inside, with Copilot assisted, all that other AI crap up the wazoo. Remember, no AI slop. When she's referring to AI slop, what she's talking about is actually making games utilizing AI, which they actually do already. You don't remember when Phil showed you that AI thing that they worked on that was able to do bleeding edge? I want y'all to remember, this is a trap, still trap. I don't forget a goddamn thing, and I remember it all. So when you do it, make sure you're sure about it, because I'm going to step right behind you and say, you said this. You said this. Let's be clear. You said this, right? The next device is going to be full of AI, this, that, and the third. And don't say that you don't want it. Don't say, if it has Copilot in it, I don't want it. And you out here actively talking to your goddamn cell phone. You saw I talk to my phone. These devices that we have in our hand is AI powered. When I brought this Samsung Ultra 25, the billion, it was AI infused and powered. So we ain't gonna act like the next devices aren't gonna be up there AI wazoo. We know that, but they need that inside your house in order to make sure that they can leverage all of that stuff. Because if they're not selling data centers as server blades and all this other stuff for other people to rent in these corporate structures, then when they sell, let's say they probably sell only 30 million. Then that means there are 30 million new servers all across the world. And that data that they extrapolate based upon your gaming, your viewing, your shopping habits, everything that you do is going to funnel that cash in. See, Phil made sure that Xbox will always be inside Microsoft. And that Windows 12 will always have Xbox in it. See, Xbox full screen experience is something that they're curating, making sure it doesn't fail. What you saw was a corporate hit upon two of the one super beloved individual. But you couldn't get him the way that you wanted. So you take out this one. And I'm telling you, always fear and love and war, especially in the corporate shenanigans. So if any of you guys are stuck inside the corporate structure, you know what I'm talking about. We saw record firings based upon, was that Xbox? Oh, the fact that they didn't beat PlayStation, we got to fire they fired 20,000 people. 20,000 people. That ain't had shit to do with Xbox. That had everything to do with you and AI spending. And you still lost $700 billion in 2 days. 2 days. You were on Nvidia's cheeks. You was right there. You were supposed to be plus 18, not minus 17. The shareholders wanted you gone. You served them up on a platter. Then you bring in your whole AI team to do what you want to do. And it's cool, B. Because when that house of cards that you're building falls, and it's gonna fall because it's inevitable, and I'm telling you this because I know corporate structure. Nobody stays in corporate forever. Everybody moves on. It's just, that's how it is. You get there, you do your time, and you go. You make your dough, and then you leave. You move in, and it's a breeze. That's what you do. That's what happens. None of these dudes are gonna be hurting for cash when it's all done. They all rolling around in the bread. So there's no tears lost. There's no crying for this. So there's going to be the next person up and they're going to do something else and they're going to figure out this and all that other stuff. All of it. Everybody's laughing and giggling and having a great time when the stocks is trending up. But when I look at my stocks and Microsoft was at 460 something, 68, and I look at it and it's under 400, is at 398. Oh, that was Phil and Sarah. That was Phil, Sarah, and them. Yeah, that was Xbox. That was Xbox shit. No red lines. Halo coming out in fall. I want you to understand this, man. A lot of the people that you watching and you reading and those people that's on Twitter, a lot of them are agents. A lot of y'all thought I was going to duck a fade or I don't give a damn. I play video games. I go to these conferences. I report back to you guys. Iron Lords Podcast is a home of the real. Every last one of us stands on business. But Xbox Frontline News, this is all I'm about. Xbox Frontline News. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be great, it could be sad, but you gonna get that damn news. And I can love Xbox, but don't like Microsoft. Because inevitably, Microsoft is hurting Xbox. It ain't the other way around. Xbox can't hurt Microsoft at all. I don't care what the spreadsheet says. I don't care if you look at the spreadsheet and say, oh, they down hardware. Get your Surface game right before you look over here. When the last time you sold a phone? Oh, you folded phones too. You was in charge of a lot of stuff that went bad, B. You got a lot of stuff to be called to the carpet for. And that video is gonna go up. You may not like me, but I'm gonna give it to you. With no trivia. Straight from Bolivia. But this is Xbox Frontline News. Sometimes I gotta do things because y'all tell me to come out. I wanted to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. I wanted to talk about Asha talking about World of Warcraft, Minecraft Legends, and another great game coming to Game Pass. I wanted to talk about that. But lo and behold, Twitter done got me here talking about this. I'm going to let you know something. At no point will I ever stop telling you guys the truth. If there's anything there that I said that you didn't like, oh well. But I'm not going to sit here and allow y'all to rewrite history. You're not going to put out a statement, talk about all the stuff that you love, then try to demonize her in a second. Put your name on it. If you didn't like what she did, say it. Be outside. Don't talk now that Debo's gone. Debo gone, I'll be talking again. Come on, man. When she was standing in your face, you had your hands around your waist, smiling all over the place. Yassa Boston. We on Yassa Boston Black History Month. We ain't doing that. But you really feel away now that she gone. Now that Debo off the block. You gonna cry in the car. Put your name to it. Don't hide behind Jason Schreier, no confidential informant. You rat. Put your name to it. Impartial with the... Wait, hold on. Yeah, impartial with the $5 super chat. Church on Monday. Church is all day, baby. Phil and Sarah killed the console. On whose command? Who gave them the bullets? Who's going to be accountable for signing the checks? You can't praise their direction and at the same time claim that they did this because there's somebody at the top. They weren't the boss. His check got somebody else's name on it. Stop acting like you stupid. You don't walk in there and drop fries just because you want to drop fries. You drop fries because the manager told you to. And who told the manager to drop fries? The owner. Legendary Intel with the $2 super chat. Phil and Sarah pulled up to the Fight Night Friday. Stop acting like you don't know what it is, man. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I don't make stupid people here. These are thinking conversations for thinking people. Smooth brains go that way. There's always somebody to say yay or nay. I already told you Satia really don't care about that. He never cared about exclusive. He don't care about that. We can really be honest here. Let's be real. Let's not act like that's not real. Let's be real. The only person I felt that really cared about any console is Phil. I'm be real, besides Jason Ronald, besides the people that worked there, besides Aaron Greenberg, I'm just talking about the faces, the people up there. That Jason Ronald and them is the faces, but I'm talking about the shot caller. I know Matt loves games, but let's be real. None of y'all out here, y'all know for a fact. If Satia, y'all already said it. Satia got control now. Shit is up. Y'all already said it. So why does Satia got control now? Because the two people that was there, the one that cared about it and the one that was teaching someone to care about it, the one that was teaching someone the ropes, imparting knowledge on somebody, tutelage. So stop acting like you don't see it. Don't stop acting like you don't see it. So at the end of the day, Xbox ain't going to goddamn place. This ain't the first time CEOs came in. Jay Allett been there. Everybody been there. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What Phil did was make sure that Microsoft can never get rid of it. But you know what Microsoft can get rid of? Satya. Because he ain't the first CEO that ever been there. Legendary Intel with the $2 super chat. Satya, how you lose $700 billion with no answers? That part. So when the next windows show up and you have a tab that you could put, it launches as an Xbox. Remember I told you this. This is it. He got his people in place. His people was going to do whatever his people was going to do, and we're going to give them some grace. We're going to see what they do. But the moment stuff don't go right, we'll have conversations like this. If you take your ball and go someplace else, you would take our ball and go someplace else. You ain't the only place to play games. That's just it. That's how we are as gamers. Just be real about that part. A lot of these guys here didn't like certain stuff that Phil and Sarah did, or you felt that Phil and Sarah did, and y'all went and took your ball and played someplace else. A lot of y'all went from PlayStation straight to PC. A lot of y'all went from Sega to PC. A lot of y'all went to Xbox and said, you're not going no place. I'm going to be here till the wheels fall off. My consoles still work. I'm about to go play right now. So let's stop this, man. But we're gonna identify it. We can't say she was this and she was that when she was there, and then when she leaves, she's this and she's that. Put your name to it. Stand on it. Then I'll start taking you seriously. Don't privately DM somebody. Don't sit in no bushes drinking a coffee with a bag over your head talking about what happened. What had happened was I didn't like when she said Xbox was everything. Me neither. Dude, I was the one out here in Twitter. Do you know how many videos is made about me? Man, shut up. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. I love this. I do this. And I want y'all to do what I try to do, what I always do every day. I want you to go where gamers game and winners win. And try to play the game plan. See, I'm wearing that lion head today. Not the Xbox. I'm wearing that lion head because I had to come out on my lion BS. Had to get at you, son. King of the jungle. Had to put that work in. But I want you to listen to the best intro in the game. Oh man, here we go. Jax, my dude, the $10 super chat. I thought I missed your live stream. Said it ended an hour ago. This situation is crazy with Xbox. I'm just playing. And this will work. It will work itself out. Blessings. Facts. Yo, listen, everybody stay safe. Everybody stay safe. It is cold outside. It is snow outside. Make sure you drive safe. If you don't got to be outside on the road, don't go. Stay home. Drink some hot cocoa, snuggle up with your loved ones, because that's what matters. And if you ain't got that, get that control out, baby, and have some fun. But I'm going to tell you, listen to this intro, because it's number one.
What's a man to a king? To the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man to a king? What's to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time. Told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?